Today, gas hit a new high, $5 a gallon on average nationally. And new data shows inflation is the worst it's been since 1981, up 8.6% since this time last year. That translates to families paying an extra $460 a month for everyday items.
Something strange is happening in America. Something the headlines won't tell you, but millions are feeling every single day. Grocery stores that once felt ordinary now look like luxury boutiques. Energy bills that once felt manageable now feel like punishments. And families that once felt secure now fear the next rent payment. The American dream, the one people used to chase with pride, seems to be collapsing in silence, right in front of our eyes. But why is this happening? Who's really behind it? And what if I told you that the truth about America's economic future is far darker than anyone dares to admit? Stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the system forever. But before we dive into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next is something every American deserves to know. Across America, something ominous is unfolding. The economic headlines tell one story: market surges, jobs are up, economy is booming. But behind every cheerful graph lies heartbreak in households all over the country. People who once worked full-time, played by the rules, and believed in the promise of progress are now waking up in a nightmare. They're paying $11 for cheese, over $30 for a roast, $14 for a single cabbage. Utility bills reach $350 or more. Insurance denies life-saving drugs, forcing illness to become a price tag. And still, many go to work every day only to come home broke, exhausted, and powerless. This is not protest. It's not hyperbole. This is reality. Documented in viral videos, social media rants, and WhatsApp cries sent from kitchens, hospital beds, and living rooms where people are terrified to answer the phone. They've recorded themselves standing in Walmart, staring at the butcher's counter, jaw dropped. They've posted water bills showing a 4-figure cost. They've shared prescriptions canceled at checkout. These aren't just stories. They are clues. They are signals. They are the breakdowns in the system that no one wants you to see. You'll see people who work 60, 70, 80 hours a week, not because they're chasing ambition, but because they're trying to survive. You'll hear of families postponing Christmas, canceling plans, asking whether the fridges in their homes will last another month. You'll watch business owners in predominantly low-income towns opening their doors to empty lots, mechanics with no work, shops with no customers. Because when people have nothing left after rent and food, they stop buying, they stop giving. Then you'll hear about the silent drain, mental health unraveling, hope slipping away. Depression isn't a whisper now. It's the roar beneath every exhausted, "I'm fine." People in recovery say that when their money felt stable for even a month, their world shifted. No job changes, no miracle cure, just feeling less desperate meant they slept more, smiled more. So what happens when that feeling goes away again? The collapse is not just financial, it is emotional, spiritual, civic. Behind the scenes, powerful corporations have redesigned the rules. Grocery chains push up margins while calling it inflation. Utility monopolies raise rates, protected by the very agencies that should regulate them. Pharmaceutical giants sell life-sustaining drugs at profits that stun. Meanwhile, real wages have barely budged in decades. Productivity has soared, but compensation hasn't. CEOs now make hundreds of times what workers do, funding stock buybacks off the backs of people who can't pay their bills. If you watch closely, there is one final piece, a warning buried in patterns. Auto lending is contracting. Credit is dried up. Parts of the economy are already receding the way they did before the 2008 crash. This is not a recession lingering on the edge. It is the groundwork of collapse, laid quietly before the crash begins. By the end of this video, I want you to understand one thing. This isn't a natural shift. This is a redesign. The middle class is shrinking by design. The economy rising in data is a distant illusion, built off real suffering and hidden by adjusted formulas. The signs are everywhere: rising bills, empty storefronts, anguished voices, quiet breakdowns. And what we see now, every vegetable priced out of reach, every family forced to choose medicine or rent. That is the tip of an iceberg. If that iceberg cracks, the consequences will be more than financial. They will be human. And those who pretend this crisis is just inflation will lose before they even see the collapse begin. When you really think about it, this isn't just about prices or numbers anymore. It's about people breaking quietly behind closed doors. The ones who once believed that hard work would be enough, now realizing that the system was never built for them to win. Every grocery trip feels like a battle. Every bill feels like an enemy. And every paycheck disappears before the month even begins. The American dream that once symbolized hope now feels like a story people used to tell. And if this continues, what happens to the millions still trying to hold on? What happens when survival becomes the only goal left? Maybe that's the part no one wants to face. That the real crisis isn't just economic, it's human. And maybe, just maybe, that's what will finally wake people up. If you want to keep uncovering what's really happening beneath the surface, make sure you subscribe, because the next story will shake you even deeper.